records, 16 records. Now when I run, I'll get the 16 records here. Okay. So this is I am loading everything in the dev environment. The database which we are loading, the database is nothing but Badam's MS SQL Server 2012. It is a dev environment. Okay. So now whatever I am doing on the dev environment. So let's say, and I have tested the package. I have tested it and everything is working fine. This package, both the packages are working fine and I am good with them. Now what I want is that, so currently I am loading the data pointing to this database. So what I will do, I want to move it to production. So what I will do, there is one more server. This is a server. On this server I am having a database called production. Then this already I have created a table. So normally you need to create a table, because whatever the changes you make on the dev environment for your project, the same changes you need to make a note of all the changes, because the same changes you need to implement on the production also, because I am starting this project at the beginning. So I need to create two tables in the dev environment. Dev environment is this one, below one. So above one is a production, this is a production, and this is a dev environment. Okay. So in the dev environment I am having a table. So I have created these two tables before starting the class itself. I have created the tables. So done. When I want to load the data into production, in the production also I should have these two tables, right? So that's why I need to create the two tables. Since I have already created, okay, but you should create them normally, right? So I am done. Now what I need to do, I need to point this database to this server, to this one. Now I need to load the data into this database. How to load them? One thing you can do, it is simple. How you can do? Click on this, go to each and every connection. So that database is a local one. Click on this, and the server is a local. I clicked on this, and the database is EMP production. Okay. Previously it was EMP, right? Now I have given local, and now I need to select the EMP production and click OK. That is, I can do it, because this EMP is a connection used in the destination here. So whatever connection I change it to, that table will be the data will be loaded into that connection only, right? So I need to go and change in each and everything. I need to click on the EMP. See here, I need to change it to local server. I can just give dot, it connects automatically connect to local. Now I need to load it into the EMP prod database. That is the thing I need to do. Manually I need to change. So I just click cancel in both of them. Okay, if I have 100 packages, I need to manually change in 100 packages. But is there any scenario where we can change that connection in one place and it should be reflected in all the places? It should be reflected in all the places. How to do that? So prior to 2012, when I click here, I will get an option called configuration. Prior to 2012, but in 2012, I will just go to the package properties. In the properties, you can see one at the top. Somewhere, yeah, 1 minute. Usage, create name, yeah. In the under the miscellaneous, you will be seeing one configurations. Now click on the here, click on the button. I am just clicking cancel. Select the configuration, click on the side button. So whatever window I got now for prior to 2012, in the package, when you right click only, you will be getting that. I am just closing. See, when I right click, I can't see any configuration, but prior to 2012 version, you will be getting here. But in 2012, you need to go to the properties of the package. See, not on this task. In the package properties, click here and go to the properties. There you can see one. Under the miscellaneous, you can see configurations. Now click. Whatever I do, whatever I get now, that one you will be getting by right clicking, and in the configuration you will be getting prior to 2012 versions. Okay. Now I will do the enable configuration. I will add a configuration package. So when I add it, I will go to the next. In the next, see, there are multiple. I want to just give an XML configuration file, because I don't have any configuration file. I will just browse it. Okay. So normally what I will do, I will just go to a desktop, SQL class July. We got some here. I will name inside the SQL class July. I will give one folder. I will name the folder name as some config. Under this folder, I will give one file called SSIS config. See, one more thing. Always the SSIS config is stored in extension of .dts config here. See here. Okay, I am just giving save and done. I will click next. When I click next, in the config file, which one I need to store? Just minimize this all stuff. Okay, my thing is that I want to store the connection managers. When I click, I will get 2 connection managers that I have here. So what I will do, I will save the connection manager for this, expand this one, go to the properties, select the connection string, and just maximizing this. Okay, expand the connection string of AW, expand AW, click on the properties, select the connection string, and the same thing I will do for the EMP also. Expand properties, click on the connection string. That's it for EMP. Now the 2 connection properties will be stored. Next, I will click next, and I will name this as some SSIS config, same, or I will name it as XML config. Okay, this is the one thing I can do. Finish, done. So close. When I close this and go to the package, go to my desktop, it is on SQL class July. There is a folder called config. Automatically a XML file will be created. See DTS config. So in order to open the DTS config, you can do by the internet. You can open with the Internet Explorer also, or you can open with the WordPad. Okay, I am opening with the Internet Explorer. It will be shown in a clear way. See, when I open, I got 2 XML configurations. One is in the package, I am having 2 names, right? The 2 connections I am having in the package. What are 2 connections? EMP and AW, right? You can see that EMP and AW here. This is, see, load EMP. This is a package name. Leave it. Yeah, see here. AW here. You can see here one AW, right? You can see a AW here. Can you all see me? See string path. So this line as here in between package dot connections AW means internally the system is writing in the package, in the connections AW. So for the AW, this is the connection for the AW. See, data source is equal to dot means local server, initial catalog is AdventureWorks, and the provider is client, and that is. So initial you need to worry about the 2 things. Data source means the server name, initial catalog means the database name. Same thing with the EMP also. You can see your EMP here, right? We have seen the EMP also now. Okay, here you can see this is for the EMPC package.connections.emp properties. So EMP is nothing but Baddam SQL server. It is an initial catalog. The database name is EMP, right? So that's it. Okay, so you will have the initial catalog means database name, and the data source is the server name. So you will have the server name and the database name, and you will have the provider name, that all. So the 2 things we will worry in the connection string is this is the 2 things. One more thing, you can see your connection string by default also. When you click on this, when you go and see the properties, okay, in the properties you can see in the connection string the same thing, data source dot initial catalog AdventureWorks, right? When I keep here, I am getting some text message. The same thing, it is stored in the XML format. That's it. Okay, so it is done. So now everything is pointed to production. Now what I want to do? Now I want to point. So everything is pointed to dev, right? The destination data is pointed to dev, this database. Now what I want? I want to point that one to this database. Okay, it is a local, right? I can do it in a local, or otherwise I got already one server name. It is a local or server name, both are. I can give dot also. Instead of local, I can just give dot. So how to give is that? I'll just right click on this, open with, by default I think it will open with the notepad. Yeah, notepad. See, in the notepad I can see the config, but it is not in arranged way. Nothing to worry. Okay. Now what I will do? I'll check the config for this is the AW configuration. So in the AW configuration, I am not changing anything with AdventureWorks. I am only changing the connection with the EMP. See, package.connection.emp, and here the configuration value start. So the source name is Baddam's, right? I'll just remove the server name. I'll just delete the server name. And I'll give dot. After that, initial catalog. Initial catalog is the database name. So the database name I have it as EMP prod, right? EMP prod. So the database name I am having is that EMP prod. See, you can see EMP prod. Okay, done. So what I will do, I just change that connection here, EMP prod. Okay, now I will just do the save. That's it. Automatically it will be saved. Now if I open that one with the Internet Explorer, then you can see that one. See, adventure works, connection string, this is a local, and see with this one EMP table. Now it is connected to EMP prod database, right? That's it. So now what I am going to do here, see where did we create the connection, where did we create that this one, like the configurations, here we have created, right? I think that in this package we have created XML configuration file. Okay, so what about this department? So in the department package we don't have any XML configurations here, we didn't create them, right? We didn't create them. So what we are going to do, click on the configurations, go here, we just enable them, add, we'll just make use of the existing one, as the existing one is stored in the configuration, right? Desktop SSIS one, this is the path where I have stored that one, SQL class config convert, that's it, save it. Now when I click next, what it will ask, see, do you want to reuse this file as a configuration file or override the file with the new configuration setting? Already in the file we are having connections for AW and EMP, right? Names, both the names we are having connection, right? We will just reuse existing, that is it, all you will be getting. So I will just write XML configuration, XML config, done. Okay, click finished, close, done, that is it. Now both the connections, this EMP table package connections and the load department table department package connections, both will point to a single SSIS config file now. Both will point to a single SSIS config. See, now if I right click, I can see a package configuration. Previously I can't see that. Once you set the configurations, then automatically I can see the configuration. From the next time if I want to go, there is no need for me to go here. Just right click on the configuration, I will be getting that. Okay, close. Now we have set the configuration, right? See now AW, I will click adventure, I will click the employee table, and see here the database, it is connected now. The connection string, it is connected to normal by default to, you can see initial catalog to EMP by default, because it is a old one, right? Now we are connected to the, I will just save it. Okay. Now when I open this package, what it is going to do during the execution time, it will go and see here one information, while loading department, the package attempted to configure from the XML configuration file, see here. So first it will go to the XML configuration, whatever the connection is there in that configuration, it will get that connection and load into this databases. See, when I click on the EMP, now you can see here the initial catalog is EMP production. Now if I open this EMP, automatically you can see the database connected to EMP prod. Previously we didn't did that, right? Now automatically it is connected. Even when you open this other EMP table and other package EMP, here also see the package is loading the data, it is attempting to config from the XML file which is located at this path. Now if I open this EMP, now automatically it will be pointed to EMP production. Okay. So now I will just go here, cancel, I will just go to the EMP prod and I will see the data in both the tables. There is no data in the EMP, there is no data in the employee, that is it. Now I will just run the package, I will run this package department EMP, so it will be running. Oh, it is showing some error. What is the error? Progress. You are unable to find the employee table. Let's see what is the table name here. Employee EMP production. Yeah. One minute. I will just see here. I will just stop the package. Oh, not server name. Actually, I have given the database name, right? EMP. Actually, there is no EMP database. So I'll just give dbo.employee. That is okay. Okay. Because I have given database name dot schema name dot employee. I am just clicking cancel. When I open this, you can see database name dot schema name dot employee, right? Actually, the database name in the production server is emp.production. So because of that database, there is no database existent, right? So normally I'll just remove the database name. That's it. That's the issue. Okay, done. Now I'll execute this. Automatically it will be running now. The same thing, I'll just stop the package. In the department also I have given the database name, right? EMP. I'll just remove the database name, or I can give the EMP product. So it's better to delete the database name, because anyway we are connecting to the database, right? Just give schema name and the table name. That's it. Now I'll run the department name. It will be executed. See, now if I go and refresh this, see, I'll get the data. If I'll go and refresh this department, I'll get the data. That's it. Okay. See, how simple is it, right? Now let's say I want to load back into this EMP table which is in the development. I'll just refresh this database. It's EMP table. Yeah, EMP. So now I'll just go here. I'll just close this one. I'll just do select two tables. Select star from top 1000 rows. I'll select this one also. Select star from top 1000 rows. Now I'll delete the data. Okay, I'm truncating the data here. Truncate table, done. I'll just execute this. It will be executed. Control Z. I'll do in the same this table also. Truncate table. Okay. See, now when I execute, see, there is no data in this table. Where the tables are located on this server, right? I'll just copy this server. I'll just click on the connection. See, this is the server name. Now the data tables are located on this server, and the database name is EMP. Now I want to load into this. I want to change. I can do it in two ways. Like how I can do? I can go to each and every connection, change the connection here, the destination table. Instead of this, I'll just give the server name, and here instead of pointing to EMP prod, I need to point it to EMP table. Where is the EMP table? EMP table. This is what I need to do, but I am clicking cancel. Okay. The same thing I need to do with other package also. Like it's a complicated one. If you have hundreds of packages and if you have like tens of connections, then it will be hard, right? Now what I will do? I'll just click on the folder, go to the config file, open with a notepad. Sometimes it will be open with Internet Explorer. You need to manually select it to open with notepad. Now what I will do for the connection for this EMP, so this EMP connection, right? So in the config factor, in the server names, in the data source, I will give that server name. And after that, for the initial catalog, instead of the EMP prod, I'll just give EMP. That's it. Control S. Okay. Save it. So now when I see by default, what is the connection I am having in this? Now it is pointed to EMP prod, right? You can see, I'll just copy this connection and paste it somewhere in the new query. Now you see where the connection is pointed, the source data source is dot, means it is a local server one, catalog is a EMP prod. But now what did I change in the config file? I have changed this dot to, I have changed the data source to this one. Oh sorry, I have changed the data source to this server, Baddam SQL server, right? I have changed the data source to this server. I'll just copy the server name. And after that, initial catalog, I have changed it to EMP, right? I have changed it to EMP. Now what we are going to do, but it will not update now. Either when we start the package, it will get that connection details from the configuration, or we need to just close and again open the package. When I open the package now automatically the connection, see, now you can see a message here. It is getting the connection from that there. Now if I open the EMP, when I see the connection, I am just copying this, Control C, and if I paste it here, now you can see the changed one. See, Baddam SQL Server and the initial catalog is EMP. That's it. Now I'll just execute this one. How easy it, right? Just you are changing it here. So it is a EMP load department. I am done with the package. I am stopping it. Next, I'll load the EMP table also. EMP. Done. That's it. So EMP also loaded. Now when I go and see them here, automatically the employee table will have the data and EMP table will have the data here. See, department. Sorry, I'll just keep it here only beside this. Yeah. So department table will have the data and EMP table will have the data. Automatically you will be getting that. Okay. This is a way how you are going to change the configuration. So everyone is clear with this? Hello?
Bhaskar, I have a
Mm-hmm.
when you have copied from adventure work to employee database,
Mm-hmm.
you went to that XML file and changed the employee source and catalog, right?
Yeah.
Instead of changing that, why can't we change the, whatever that adventure works?
Adventure works is a source, right? We don't want to change the source here. The source will be getting from the same table only. If you want, see, this is only one thing, but in the companies you may get source also from different, and you need to you may get source from development, some development server. Okay. So if you want to change, you will be changing here in the source also. Source. But one more thing, there is one other thing also with this. What is the major difference is that normally, so this is you are done. This is a configuration. Okay, we are done. But basically, what happens with that is that if you have like tens of values, storing the tens of values in the config file and changing it will be like, again it will be a problem. Let's say you got like 20 connections. If you change the 20 connections, then it will be a problem, right? So like it is a file, it is a single file. So the file you should keep in the local system. So there are many disadvantages, advantages. So basically, and here see, sometimes your manager he doesn't like, he don't know any XML. Then what is the scenario? So you can load the same connections in the SSIS configuration table also. Okay. How to store the table is that I'll just right click here, click on the package configuration. I'll delete the XML now. So everyone is clear with the XML now? Hello?
Yeah, Bhaskar.
Durga, Dhanalakshmi?
Somewhat, Bhaskar.
Yeah, you need to practice them. Monica, Likita?
Yes, Bhaskar.
So I'll just go to the package configuration. I'll just delete this XML configuration. Done. I've deleted this one. I'll just go to the package, other package, and I'll check the package configuration. I'll delete this one also. Okay. And when I okay close, see now I will not see any package configuration. Okay. Here I will be seeing the package. Here also I will see. I am not seeing any package configuration, both the things. So when you don't have anything, you will not see them. Okay. So now instead of storing in the XML, you can also store in the table also. How to store in the table is that, just see that. What I will do, I will create one database called SSIS config, some database here in the Baddam SQL Server 2, or I will create one connection in the SQL Server here, properties, or I will create a new database, right click on the database, new database, I will name it as SSIS one config. Okay, done. Now what I will do, oh, already exist. Okay, I will create SSIS config in this. I will just disconnect this server. I will create SSIS config on this server. Done. I think, oh yeah. So SSIS config database. Yeah, go ahead.
The recording is 30 minutes over, Bhaskar.
Yeah, okay. I'll just stop this.